Yes, so how are you guys doing? Bookie Shorty, I'm going to have to call you. Remind me. Today I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes or so talking about Talika Mentality. Talika Mentality. I'm not going to waste too much time here. Talika Mentality. Hold on, let me mute the sound. Sorry, there was some audio in the background. Talika Mentality. Let us have a conversation. Use your calculator. If you bought a house within the last 10 years in Nigeria, calculate the value in dollars when you bought it and calculate the value in dollars now. And be honest with yourself, you lost money. You lost money. I'm not responding to anybody. Me, I'm just teaching you so you can have sense. If you have property in the US or the UK or Canada, then you have property that is valuable. Property in Nigeria is not valuable. It is good to have it for your convenience, your comfort, retirement plans, something to hold on to in the future. But that it is an investment. You dey lie to yourself. Let me explain this thing to you very clearly. Somebody said, Daddy Freeze, why are you calculating it in dollars? Let me break it down to you. What do you produce in Nigeria? The car you are driving is brought in from abroad. Toyota that your senators are driving, why are they not using Innoson? Why are your senators not using Innoson? Why are they buying, even the car your senators are using is bought on the dollar? Talk to me. Why are your senators, why are they not using Senator? Why are they not using Innoson? Somebody say you get house and land, you sure won't mislead us. Baba, this matter no be Talika matter. Start thinking of the future. Get house or get land, or nobody go tell you no. But don't think that it is an investment. Or don't think you invested your money. Or that's what I'm here to convince you. Your car and your house are about the same value. Let me break it down to you. 10 years ago, 2013, Uber Corolla was 1.5 million naira. 10 years later, the cars are older. They should have depreciated more. Uber Corolla is now 5 million. 10 years ago, Uber Corolla was 2013. Uber Corolla was produced in 2006. The cars were like 6-7 years old. Today, somebody say your property worth in Nigeria equally goes up when the dollar rises. Since when has the naira risen against the dollar to the point where it is of anything significant? Let's use the last 10 years as a yardstick. What was dollar in 2013? Was it not 170 naira? Are you people, do you people skip maths class when you're in school? No, talk to me. Did you do any arithmetic? Let's forget mathematics. Did you do any arithmetic at all? Did you even use what do they call abacus? Forget calculator. Did you even use abacus at all? You are telling me of what may happen, and the same you is not supporting Tinubu. You are praying that Tinubu will fail. So for the next 4 years again, you are praying that, as in, I don't understand a more confused set of people. Explain yourself to me. Baba, you are talking to somebody that is, I was certified genius at 12. My IQ is almost 160. I'm not saying it to brag. I'm teaching you. Because you see, I can see the whole big picture. You can't. That's why you are still thinking the way you are thinking. What's worrying you is Talaka mentality. Baba, talk to me. Let's calculate this. How can an Uber Corolla appreciate over a 10-year period? As the car is getting older abroad and depreciating, in Nigeria, it is appreciating. Do you know why? Because of the purchasing power of the Naira. So if you have any investment that leans on the purchasing power of a weak currency, it's a problem. A weak currency is not a bad thing. A weak currency is an amazing thing if you are exporting. Imagine now Nigeria started to export this paper, for instance. They produce this paper on a weak Naira, and they're exporting it to countries that are paying foreign exchange for it. That's when a weak currency is good. But you see, the problem is we are so backward that we are not even enjoying the weak currency because we are not producing anything. Instead, we are buying things from. So we have a weak currency and everything we do is imported. Think about hedging your money in a country that everything you have in that country is brought in from abroad. So when you say that somebody said, Daddy Freeze, I bought my house in Naira, why are you calculating it in dollar? You bought a car that year you bought your house. Are you not going to buy the new model? The hair on your wife's head, did she grow it? Are you not going to buy it from abroad? No. Let's have a conversation. No. You cannot like me. You cannot like me because you see. Oh, except Dora, that is the hair. Yes, 100%. I'm not saying it's bad to buy hair. I'm not saying it is bad to buy hair. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it is bad to buy hair. My conversation with you is convince us on land and watch first. It's not even an argument. A Rolex watch is more valuable than a property in Nigeria. You cannot argue it. Let me break it down to you. You carry your Rolex, but you see the problem is you don't travel. You live inside Abule Egba. You live inside. You can't understand what we are talking about. Let me tell you. You carry your Rolex watch into Dubai. You will sell it in 2 days. You carry your Rolex watch to Dubai, to the UK. Let me tell you something. I can walk into a pawn shop in the UK and borrow money with my Rolex. I don't need to sell it. I just give them my Rolex and say, give me £5,000. They estimate the value of the Rolex and they will give you the £5,000 and pray that you not even pay back so they can seize your watch. Carry your landed property document and carry it into any shop in UK and see if you can borrow any money on it. This thing I'm telling you, you cannot understand if you have. That's why I said Talika mentality. It is one thing to be poor, it's another thing to think poor. There are some people who are poor but don't think poor. And there's people who are rich but think poor. Try this thing I'm saying. Just go to a pawn shop in the UK, show them a Rolex with the box and papers, and tell them, okay, this Rolex is worth £7,000. Can I get a loan for 1 month of £5,000? And you see, the two of you sit down and calculate the interest. They will give you the £5,000. You don't even need to sell it. Just come back 1 month later and collect your watch and give them the balance. Or come back 1 month later and say, you know what, I don't want the watch again, give me the balance. You can never do that with a property in Nigeria. But you can do this with a Rolex in Japan. You enter Japan, you are broke. You can hedge your Cartier bracelet. You can even hedge your limited edition Louis Vuitton bag. Your property in Nigeria ceases to be valuable the moment you use your leg and leave that Nigeria. So forget this argument that we are having. Let us even talk about your house now. Forget watch. Let us talk about your house. Let's do mathematics. Imagine you bought a house for 40 million naira in 2013. 40 million naira in 2013 was $250,000. A 40 million naira house in 2013 would be worth about 150 million naira this year. It looks like it appreciated. $250,000 is about 270 million naira. So even though your 40 million appreciated to 150 million, because your money is hedged to a dollar, because everything you use in your country is brought from abroad, from your hair to your socks, to your toothpick, everything is brought from abroad. You people wanted to bring Peter Obi to be your president. Peter Obi is number one importer in Nigeria. So let's think, walk with me. Walk with me. So you bought a house for 40 million at $250,000 in 2013. The house is worth 150 million. When $250,000 is worth 270 million, you just lost 120 million naira. Understand that, then you can understand what we are talking about. I'm not telling you not to buy a house. I'm not telling you not to buy a house. So buy a house for your safety, security, and convenience. Don't buy a house because you want to keep your money. If you want to buy a house that will keep your money, buy it in the UK, the US, or Canada. Buy it in the UK, the US, or Canada. Someone says everybody's like Daddy Freeze, nobody will get house. Who tells you I don't get house? I get house. I'm just telling you for free that I lost money on it. Or I have a house in a choice part of Lagos. But when I sit down and I calculate the money I spent on my house, I did not make my money back. Some people come and tell you that rental value. Let's calculate the rent for 10 years. Rent for my house 10 years ago was 3 million. But this year is about 7 million. Let's do the rate at this year for 10 years. It's 70 million. You just lost 120 million. Remove 70 million. Okay. It reduces your loss from 120 million to 50 million. You have still lost money. Somebody say, what about people that don't travel out? The house appreciates over the years in Nigeria. It still doesn't, because even if whether you travel out or not, you are still going to buy Tokumbo car from abroad. Come. The car you are buying, where is it coming from? Have you ever sat down? The part that the car is using, where is it coming from? It's the dollar. Think about it. Unless you are buying Innocent, and guess what? Innocent is still hedged on the dollar because of manufacturing costs, and a lot of what is also using is coming from that. So think about, I'm not telling you not to buy a house. I just want you to understand the mathematics and the arithmetic there. Understand the mathematics and arithmetic there. Everything you use comes from abroad. This cap comes from abroad. Now, even the cheap things I use still come from everything comes from your chairs come from China. You'll be amazed that 95% of what you use comes from abroad. So, in America, a lot of what they consume is American. American will drive Lincoln, they'll drive Dodge, they'll drive and then there are also all these BMW, Mercedes-Benz that produce in America for the American market. That's why you have American spec Mercedes, American spec BMW. Don't buy a house in Nigeria for investment though. The only people that will tell you to buy a house for investment, now those ones where they build, they sell, they call them developers. They are making money off you. Ford, Chevy, So an America still owns China trillions. But you cannot compare America to Nigeria. What do we produce that we use in Nigeria? Even palm oil, don't we? Do you know we import palm oil? Hey, hello. Do you know we import palm oil? Somebody says, make all of una sell house and buy watch. You be laggy do. Nobody is telling you to sell your house and buy a watch. I am only, stop mixing things to muddy the water for people that ordinarily are not intelligent. Listen carefully. Buy your house to live in. But understand that in old age, your house will not take care of you. Invest your money in what will take care of you in old age. This is how your parents taught, and that's why you are feeding them. This is the same mentality, this languido mentality that your parents had, and that's why you are feeding them in old age. They all built houses, they all bought land. How many of them can live off the land or the houses today? Invest in things that have global value. I'm not saying sell your house and buy watch. It's good to have your your house is a very amazing thing. But just understand that you just have it for your convenience. So that landlord will not wake up one morning and decide to put your load by the side of the road. That's why you have a house. You have a house because you can decide to do something at the backyard. You own it. It is convenience. Don't convince yourself that it has any value beyond convenience, including rental value. Unless Nigeria stabilizes, rental value does not even help. And listen to me, since 2013 till now, the Naira has never risen against the foreign currency. Somebody says, I disagree with the statement that says your rental property cannot sabi at old age. Let me tell you something. By the time today, your rental property is earning you 7 million naira, for instance. It looks like a lot of money. Wait till you get to old age and you have old age problems. You realize that 7 million naira a year cannot feed you. And if you had bought 10 of those, it looks like you are making 70 million a year. If you calculate the amount of money you made, and instead of buying 10 houses in Nigeria, you bought 2 in the UK. Instead of making 70 million a year, you will be making, say, 5,000 pounds a month. 5,000 pounds a month is more secure. And then, guess what? That 5,000 pounds will be rising every year. As the pound is adjusting, the property is adjusting. As the dollar is adjusting, the property is adjusting. Abroad, new Canada, USA, UK. As the inflation is adjusting, the property is adjusting. In Nigeria, it is adjusting downwards. So I'm not saying house is not good. If I were you, if I had the opportunity to, I want to sell this. My sister did it. She sold a house in Nigeria, bought a house in the UK. And when her husband stays in Nigeria, he rents. He stays in a rented house in Nigeria. That is a wise decision. So if you sell your house in Nigeria and buy a house abroad and rent in Nigeria, you are better off than somebody that decided to build. Now let me tell you the worst type of investment. The very worst is mansion. If you want to lose your money, build a mansion. Let me tell you something about house. You have to change the furniture, the fittings every 10 years, or else your house will look so old you will hate it. So mansion where you dey live in, no be asset though, no be investment though. That one a luxury. Where only you they use console yourself, they console your villagers, say you get what they not get. I better pass you mentality. Baba, I'm bringing Sabio. Than a house in Nigeria. People will tell you nonsense. Don't listen to them. Oh. They never travel come out Nigeria before. Now when you begin go abroad, make I hear you. You
DF.
Bio, how far?
I did, my brother. How you doing?
They here, they won't buy house for Nigeria, but they want Japa.
Oh, okay.
They won't send their children go abroad.
Yeah.
Which money you want you to send your children go abroad? Money from property of Nigeria. You once said go to send your children go abroad. Baba, bro, how are you, brother?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing? It's like you travel, right?
Yes, so I did
Okay.
UK.
Okay. So first of all, let me just start with one comment there. You know, I don't know what prompted this, but I just read your post and I saw you online. No, now weekend, now not the work weekend. So by the grace of God, so I was able to just catch you online. So everything you said so far is 100% correct. I don't think there's anything you said there that anybody who have had a property in Nigeria or investment in property will not understand
Do you have
or
property in
disagree.
Nigeria?
Of course. Look, man,
Now,
have even
compared to your property in the US,
yeah.
explain to me, how does it fare?
So DF, let me tell you something. It's even worse if you even the property you even have in Nigeria, you brought the money from a dollar economy. That one is even worse. Do you understand? So, and I get it when people say, okay, you made the money in Naira. It's even worse. Just imagine you in the US sending money back home or to buy a property, right? So you know what you sent back home, right? So when you buy a property, let's say $150,000, right? Let's say 5 years ago, and today you decide to sell that property, and the value of that property cannot even give you $60,000. How will you feel, my brother?
God
It's the worst
bless
thing that
you.
can ever happen to anybody. Does that make sense? So that thing is only a fool that will argue that. So nobody's even arguing that. Okay. So here's the thing. You said something that made a lot of sense, and a lot of people should not misunderstand your statements. If you buy a property in Nigeria or you build a house in Nigeria just for comfort or whatever, not as an investment, when I mean investment, commercial investment, where you want to just get cash return and all that, then it makes sense. That is just, you are just investing and you are not looking at maybe selling it or whatever, right? So that is a different thing. But you must understand this, that the phrase, the people you deal with, especially in Nigeria economy, from my own experience, a lot of Nigerians back home, the way they build their house, the way they get the money, they really don't keep statistics of investment, what they actually invested. You know, just imagine somebody making money anyhow, gra. You know what I mean? You know, and he just made one kind of money. He really did not work hard for that money, to be honest. So he's not going to keep account of what they've invested in that property.
I agree.
I can tell you authoritatively today that a large number of house owners in Nigeria, they build house without even knowing the exact amount they invested in the first place. So they are going to argue with you that, oh, house is an investment. Because if you even ask them, how much did you even invest in this house? They don't really know. Does that make sense? So
I get you totally.
At the end of the day, there is no way you can know if they can even know if they even made interest or not in the first place. So to them, instead of using that money to go shukwe or do nonsense, they still use it to build house at the end of the day. Does that make sense? So to them, it's an investment, because if to say I not build that house, maybe I can use the money, drink ogogoro. Does that make sense, my brother?
Makes sense.
You understand?
That makes sense.
So when you are dealing with such people, you are not going to win this argument, because all they will keep telling you is, for what? One guy buy this for so year, he lost time, or he buy so car, he had an accident. You know what I'm trying to tell you? So they are going to see that house and investment, because in our own local Nigerian mentality, which is okay, fair enough, is that we can easily lost anything but a property, if that makes sense. You know, like our property is in a fixed location, apart from all these government policies changing and all that kind of stuff. You understand? You know, the house will still be there in any case. You understand? So that is it. Then on a final note, you know, I personally had financial difficulty one time, you know, over here. I needed some cash. So there was something in Nigeria that we saw that the value there, and at the time it was invested, makes no sense in return, you know. So there's a difference between speaking from experience and just making a guess and all that. I want to end here. I don't know what prompt this, but I was reading your comments,
No,
reading
it's
comments.
different conversations. It's different
Okay, okay,
conversations.
okay,
And
okay.
me too, I want to end here because I was actually
Mm,
waiting for a friend of mine. I
okay.
was actually waiting for a friend of mine. It's his birthday today. Big shout out to Oluwatobiloba PT. We're celebrating him today at the Grosvenor. So
Oh, your friend, eh?
yes, so
Congratulations to him. Shout out to
congratulations.
him.
So
Congratulations to him. I
make I
see.
show now
I don't.
something. Make I just
Mm,
show now the crowd where they downstairs, the protest. I don't want to talk about them because I hear say that they ban account where they talk about them. This is what is going on in the UK today. As in 1 million people are
what's
on
happening?
the road. No good. I go send them to you as
Okay,
DM.
it's turn out to me.
Because
They are protesting in the UK.
see,
That's
see,
serious.
say they see.
Wow.
This is what is going. 1 million people on the road. About those people where they fight for Middle East.
Mm.
Say they see. Make my phone
Oh,
install.
okay.
Because of I hear
Yeah.
say that they sack people for work.
Mm.
They
It also happened here in the US too, as well. Now,
well, I just thought
especially
to
within
share
the
with you
colleges
people.
area. Yeah.
Eh,
So enjoy your stay since
Thank
you
you
are in
very
the
much.
UK
Your
now. I
wife
saw
is
some
so
of your
beautiful,
pictures.
Bill.
Thanks,
Bill, you know,
thanks.
I always
Thanks.
comment for your page. Your wife
Yeah,
is beautiful.
yeah. I'm a
Your
lucky
wife
man.
is
I
beautiful.
have a very beautiful wife, and
You, you are
God
the
bless me with
luckiest
a
man.
good
They are
woman.
like me. You need to have a very
Yes,
beautiful wife.
yes, yes,
Once
yes.
you have
We
a
thank
beautiful
God.
wife,
We thank God. We
you
thank
just
God.
be happy, and a
Mm.
wise wife too. God bless you, Bill. Thank you
Please
so
enjoy
much. I'm
your
trying
stay
to
and
call Soso. A lot of
save
people
your
are saying I should
strength.
call
All
Soso.
right, all
I
right, all
was even
right. Go
using my
ahead.
wife's phone.
Okay.
Take care, Bill. I was even using my
All right. Take
wife's
care.
phone to call Soso, but Soso is not picking up. You guys can tag him in the comment section. You see, there's what you call Talika mentality, and there is rich mentality. Do you know it is better you both have property abroad so you can bring the revenue in Nigeria? Think about it. When I walked up to PT saw my watch. PT come out and wear am for a hand. If I allow him, if I buy am for me, now, now me no gree. So I'm not telling you to. You see, you'll be dumb. You see, another problem with you is you have black and white thinking. That's how you people are raised. If it's not good, it is bad. No, there are many things in between good and bad. I'm not telling you to sell your house and buy watch. I am telling you that as somebody who intends to have a portfolio of assets, have some crypto, have some land, have some houses, have some watches, have some gold, diversify your portfolio. It is not for Talika because Talika just they don't struggle buy land. It can't they build the house block by block. You've not gotten to the point in life where you can start having assets. Your brain is supposed to have gray matter, but there is no gray area in your brain because you were born slow. Now slow thinner you be. Gold is good, but watches are very good if you understand the market. Learn about it. Learn about crypto. A lot of people are telling you crypto is that I invested in crypto. I'm not regretting it for one day. I put some money in crypto and I've seen my money grow. I don't want to talk about crypto because a lot of money, a lot of people lost. But you see, I always tell you, if you don't understand the market, you will lose. If you don't understand property, you will lose. I don't understand property. They say everybody should buy a house. I bought house. I'm sitting down today calculating the crypto I bought did better than my house. The watches I bought all did better than my house. Even my cars, at a point, appreciated almost more than my house within the same period. So this message is for you that you are beginning to grow into your own. Small money don't they touch your hand. And your mama day your back, they shout, buy property, buy property, buy. Not listening, no. Buy house where you go live in. If you fit, buy one or two where you go rent. But make sure you have other valuable things. Some people will tell you they will steal your watch. There's nothing in this life is certain. You, the enemy, you can buy. This time last year, Mr. Ebu had 2 legs. Today, he has only 1. Life happens. Your house can get burned. The government can demolish it. There can be a landed dispute. Baba, if you don't enter land wahala before, you don't go they run from property for Nigeria. You never do land wahala before. As I deal with you like this, I deal inside, baby, how many land matters do we have? Make this boss, you don't explain land matter to you. She has 2 different land matters. She has property in key areas that she cannot use because they are dragging the property with her. One now Monile, the other one her family. So when you understand these things, in Nigeria, landed property is not medium risk. Abroad is medium risk. In Nigeria, it's high risk. Is high risk investment. Is on the same level with crypto. Somebody say, Baba, they explain. I'm not explaining anything. I'm teaching you because you don't get sense. And you'll be listening to people that where their eye never see road. They tell you many things. We get land and we get plenty landed matter and they go drag them. Baba, for me to come out, tell you, say, Baba, it's better to buy watch. Just pray that they don't steal it because they can steal it, yes. Somebody say, if the watch spoil. If the watch spoil, you carry it to Polo, they will fix it for you. Give them $2,000, $2,500, depending on, they will fix it for watch. No, they spoil. As long as you get serial number. And if anything happen to RAM, you will repair it. So that one no be talk. Watch no they spoil. I'm not explaining to you, I'm teaching you. Part of my legacy is to change the way you think. You cannot continue thinking that penguins went from Alaska and entered Noah's Ark. You cannot be thinking like that in 2023. You cannot continue thinking that olden days people that could not build toilets built a tower that took them to heaven. They call it Tower of Babel. You are still thinking like that in 2023. Change the way you think. Oh. The way your parents were thinking could not feed them in old age. You carry on that mentality, you will be just like them in old age, looking to your children to feed you. Start having an international mindset. Somebody say you use 2 million to repair watch. House way born, you go use past 2 million to repair them, and house they born. Someone say you are talking based on Lagos package. This don't usually happen in other states. Let me break it down to you. In other states, it is worse. You use 30 million to rent to build a house, and the house annual rent is 350,000. Forget Lagos better because your house go get rental value. Go build house for about. Don't make them call the rent for you. Go build house for Abeokuta. Go build house for Osun State. Build big house. Can't see how much you go to collect as rent. That's when your head go correct. House you go still renovate to. House you go still renovate to. Every 10 to 15 years you must renovate. Have you actually sat down to factor in those costs? My problem is you people don't know arithmetic. You don't know mathematics. You don't know statistics. And una eye no see outside. Our eye don't go see outside. So we are telling you, instead of buying a house, somebody say rent in Ibadan don't high. It can never be high in comparison to how much it used to build the house. Try it. Try it. Someone say wristwatch can be stolen easily, but house can't. You have a point there. But just the way you can sell your wristwatch abroad, you can't sell it anything in Nigeria abroad. A Rolex, let me explain something to you. If there's war in Nigeria and you wear your Cartier bracelet, your Rolex, and you go abroad, they all have value. In Nigeria, your house in Ibadan, in the UK, as I'm sitting down like this, my house in Ibadan is of no value, not 2 naira value, 0 value. But my Gucci belt, I can still quickly sell it for somebody for $100 or $200 and use it to eat. My Rolex, I will get the exact value, the current market value of it. Someone said there should be an insurance for the watch. Of course, there's insurance for watch. But like I said, I'm not telling you to buy watch alone or not go mugu yourself. They stay face me, I face you. Can't go buy Rolex. So now problem you find for yourself. Make sure you have. That's why I said Talika mentality. You know what Talika is? You have not solved food. You have not solved food, shelter, and clothing. If you have not solved those three problems in your life, you are a Talika. I not curse you. I tell you truth. You never build house. You never sort out how you would chop, and you never sort out your clothing, food, clothing, and shelter. That's the basic existence of a human being. Solve those ones first before you begin to invest. Now, landed property is actually better investment than house. But the problem with land is they feel sell land to you and 30 other people. That's the problem with land. But if you can get land right in developing areas, it's a gamble too. It's like crypto. You get the one where you go buy, they go sell land to 5 people. You go they fight. You get the one where they go buy, government will come collect them back. They go give you compensation, carry you go away. You understand? But if you can get land right, land na assets, especially in places like Lekki, it will always appreciate. And because you sit down, you are thinking, okay, I want to put 10 million naira down on this land. How much is 10 million naira in dollars? 10 million naira is about $10,000. Okay. So if this land is worth 100 million in 10 years, how much will 100 million be worth in dollars? If it is worth $15,000, you have made a profit. But if that 100 million naira is now worth $9,000, even though you have multiplied your income in naira by 10, you have actually lost $1,000. And why is this relevant? Because you are going to change your car in 10 years. The car you're using this year, you cannot use again in 10 years. And you're going to buy your car from abroad. Trust me, that the tokumbo you are going to use is going to come from abroad. So if you don't have something that is hedging you on the dollar, how are you going to get your next car? Your children are growing up. Like me, for instance, I want to. Someone said you have redressed your statement. No, I've not redressed it. I will still tell you tomorrow. A Rolex watch is more valuable than a house in Nigeria, pound for pound. What I said and I always say is diversify your portfolio. Buy house, buy land, buy stock, buy shares, buy crypto, and buy gold, jewelry, and watches. Learn, learn. They are not smart, but guess what? I've been teaching you, you've been learning small by small. I cannot expect you to be where I am today. Now, when you, some of you take 5 years to clock this, some 10, some never, some 6 months, some next week. You will clock it. When you clock it, then you realize that, oh, this is what Daddy Freeze has been trying to explain to me. It will happen to you. Then you have sense. I pray that you don't have sense too late in life when your body is old and you cannot walk new walk. Think about it. God bless. Love you all. Make I go celebrate birthday with my person.